Hello, students. If you are a final year student or third year student, follow the steps I'm showing in this presentation, and a great placement is guaranteed for you. So, what is the first most important thing which you need to get a great placement? If you're in final year, you do not have much time. The most important thing which you need in your life is the iron mindset. Nothing is more important than the iron mindset. Okay? In life, nothing is more important than having a rock solid iron mindset which does not get affected by external circumstances. Okay. So, no matter what's happening, okay, the situation might be very, very bad. You might not be getting any responses off campus for any OA or interviews for internship and jobs. Or you might be failing in your OAs and interviews. You might not be getting any offer. And day by day, your date and year of graduation is coming closer and closer. You might be feeling lots of stress. But the only way to handle all of that is having a rock solid iron mindset which does not get affected by anything, which always remains focused on the main goal. So please remember, no matter what your situation is, if you can ignore it, if you can ignore your current situation and just focus on working hard daily, then nothing can stop you. Really, nothing can stop you. This is called as iron mindset. Okay. So let's talk about my story first. Why am I eligible to tell you about the final year student placement roadmap? So I am Kumar K. I graduated my BTech, right, during COVID time. So my college was a tier 4 college. Hence, there were zero placements in my college. On the top of that, my confidence was very low in life. Okay, the confidence level was very low. Why the confidence level was low? Because my mathematical skill was weak, my analytical and aptitude skill was also weak, and the coding and DSA skill was also weak. Obviously, there was no guidance from seniors as well. So you can see such a bad situation. Graduating from a tier 4 college during COVID, because of COVID, no companies come to the college. So no placement from the college, unemployed, weak maths, aptitude, analytical skills, no DSA skills, totally beginner in coding, never got any guidance. So all this was happening like 4 to 6, 7 years ago. If I, tell my whole journey from first year to fourth year. So I was just very deep in that trenches. Apart from that, I am also human, right? So there were many more issues: financial stress, family stress, and personal stress. Well, you can understand what kind of personal stress teenagers have, right? So I was dealing with all of that. Okay, in the deep trenches, it was lots of problem for me. In the fourth year, see, during my time, like in 2018, 19, 20, 21, there was not much of a guidance or mentoring or enough resources on LinkedIn or YouTube to understand what you should do. So it was very, very difficult. A person had to do way too much research to understand what they should do in different segments like LinkedIn, resume, etc. So I just had to brute force my way through it. So even though my situations were so bad, in the end, what happened? Well, just few months after my graduation, after my college ended, I cracked the highest paying off-campus SD offer from Amazon and Mia.net. That also directly fangam companies. They pay really the highest. In my year 2021, Mia.net was paying really good and Amazon was paying the highest possible salary for a fresher. So I cracked those offers off campus. Apart from that, I got all India rank 12 out of 2 lakh people in Google Code Jam 2021, which is the toughest DSA competition in the whole world. I also have world rank 368 in Google Kickstart. Apart from that, in Meta Hacker Cup as well, in one of the years, in the first qualification round, I vividly remember, I have world rank 49 and all India rank 5. Top ranks and ratings on Code Chef Code Forces. Now, since the last 2, 3, 4 years or so, I'm not that much active in competitive programming. But for just leisure activities, for just leisure and fun activities, I keep on doing lead code. Okay. So on lead code, currently, I am a guardian on lead code. Okay. Apart from being a guardian on lead code, I have recently got world rank 91 out of 41,000 participants in the recent lead code weekly or bi-weekly contest. Okay. So in this situation, you can see how bad the initial situation was and then how the final situation was so good, right? All this was possible because of the iron mindset. So nothing is more important than your iron mindset. Okay. Also, I would like to talk a little bit about my students. Like, I take very less number of students in my day life training plus personalized one-to-one mentoring program. But then also, every 2 to 3 days, you will see I make one selection post, okay, of Fangam or some great company selection of my new student, right? So let me show it to you. Yeah, like my student Sonak Saha, just few days back got a 27 LPSD offer from Qualcomm, right? Then just 2 days back, Aman Advani student, just 2 days back, got full-time engineering offer from Amazon. He was struggling since 2 years. Okay. Then Arpit, my student, cracked a internship plus full-time offer from Morgan Stanley. This also happened just 5 to 8 days back. So these things keep on happening recently with my students. Okay. So why do these things happen? Because of the iron mindset. Okay. Now, what are the hurdles which are stopping you from developing that iron mindset? So see guys, you all are coming under Gen Z category. Okay. And the Gen Z category spends most of their time in depression, sadness, and negativity. Hence, they are filled with distractions and their focus is very, very less. Okay. Now, why do these things happen? There are so many reasons. Let's say a third year or fourth year student is not feeling good these days. Okay. They are not feeling good. NG means not feeling good. Hence, their productivity will be low. Hence, they will not get a good job or internship. This will not be possible for them. Productivity and focus will not be high. So, why is this happening? Why are most of the third and fourth year students are not feeling good in their life? What's the main reason? And why it is now reaching to its peak or very, very high, if I try to say? It's because, see, a third or fourth year student can get depressed or sad just by looking at a classmate who got some good internship or job. Okay, that thing can obviously happen. Okay, there can be some other reasons also, like some acquaintance got a good internship or job, someone you knew from LinkedIn got a good internship or job, or some relative of yours got a good internship or job. There can be many, many reasons which can make you sad. Then some people have parental stress also. Okay, parental stress is also there. Clear, pressure from parents to get job as quickly as possible. There are many, many things which can give different kinds of stress. Okay, then some people have relationship stress. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say. Then some people have crush related stress. The stress just does not end. Then there is some self stress also, that hey, where is my life going, man? I don't have a good internship or job. What will happen to me in future? Then there is this constant comparison due to social media. These things are just ruining your mindset. Okay, these things are ruining your mindset. They are stopping you from building that iron mindset. Apart from that, you constantly keep on consuming time pass content like YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, constantly checking your WhatsApp, Snapchat, Instagram all day long, even LinkedIn, scrolling all day. So you are getting lots of garbage information all the day. You are just a consumer. You are not a producer. You are just a consumer. You keep on consuming so much shit every day. And then you also see other people getting successful and things like that. And then your personal family or relationship or crush related stress. and then your personal own stress. So because of all this, your brain has lost the ability to think for itself. Okay, you need to detoxify completely from all these things if you want some real kind of result. See, if I wanted, I would just directly tell you the roadmap to get placement in the start. But I know nothing is more important in life than a strong iron mindset who has the capability, the mind which has the capability to focus. If you have that, rest of the DSA and dev is nothing for you. Okay? That's why I have the highest amount of daily selections in the program. Because my students are not just taught DSA dev, they are regularly taught about keeping their mindset in check to make sure that each one of them have a strong freaking iron mindset. Now, listen, you need to detoxify. So, how will you do the detoxification? Let's talk about that. I will someday make a very large video on that. Okay, for now, for this YouTube video, let me just tell it in a small trick. All you need to do is keep your mobile away from yourself for 5 hours and sit in a room. When you sit in the room, just open your laptop and your like coding websites like LeetCode GFG, GitHub, start doing your DSA dev stuff. That's it. You want help? Use AI ChatGPT. But during this thing, you will never watch any YouTube video. You will never open your WhatsApp messages, Instagram messages. You will never consume any outside content or any outside negative news. If you can keep yourself alone without a mobile for 5 years, for not 5 years, for 5 hours, okay, sorry, 5 hours, and just focus on the work, drink water, have some food in the middle, but just focus on the work. You know all the distraction triggers, just stop everything. Your mind will become so strong. When the mind becomes so strong for the first time, your mind will start telling you the solution to the problems of your life. Your mind will become creative. Currently, your mind is not in the state to tell you the solution to the problems of your life because your mind is distracted and sad and it is consuming outside content. In this mind, there is depression and stress and outside content 24 cross 7. That's why it's internal is not showing up to the outside. It's a very deep stuff. If you can understand, great. So you need to detoxify and this will change your life. So by these slides, just make sure you don't just watch it. Okay, follow it in your real life. Iron mindset. And then depression, sadness, negativity need to go away. You will have no distractions and you will have full focus. Now let's go to the next step. So now let's go to the next step. The next and the most important step for your placement if you are a third year student or a fourth year student is that you need to pick up a language C++, Java or Java. You need to master logic building and the programming fundamentals. You can select Python as well, no problem. But let's say you have no idea about C++, Java, Python. You are in final year. In few months, you want a placement. I will say just go with Java. But if you are in third year or second year, yes, you can use this time. So you are allowed to choose any of the three languages, C++, Java, Python. Why did I say Java specifically? Because Java has the highest amount of jobs. Okay. Like you can use Java in the development part and DSA part as well. But if you're in second, third year, you can just start with C++, Python also, no problem. So the thing is that you need to master the logic building and programming fundamentals. See, when you're a beginner now, you need to keep your mindset strong because you're a beginner. Many times it will happen that you are not able to solve coding questions which you look in the outside websites like LeetCode, GFG, CodeChef, Codeforces. So you do not need to get demotivated. Forget all of that. Only focus on the basics. Master for loop, while loop, if else, and deeply understand how they are working. You need to understand their working in very much depth. Once you understand the working in very much depth, the signs of that will be that you would be learning one very important and crucial thing, guys. The most important sign will be that you are now learning how to manipulate for loop, while loop, if else, to manipulate these things to solve the questions. Okay, so where can you learn the manipulations? Either I'll make a detailed video or I will attach all the resources in the description from where you can study this. Okay, so you should do many star pattern problems. There are so many patterns, like 100 to 200 patterns must be there on internet as well. You need to solve them all. Okay. You need to watch many video solutions, understand, proper step by step videos you need to watch. You need to solve the questions, you need to write the code. Never try to memorize the code as a beginner. Just try to understand things and do them to the best of your ability. After that is done, then you can go to the next part, which is basic lead code GFG problem, basic LCGFG problems, basic LCGFG problems on basic arrays, basic strings, basic hash map, and even basic maths problem like calculate the number of factors of a number, or if a number is prime or not. So in total, even if we combine all this, now you should do 100 to 200 problems, which are like totally based on just logic building and programming fundamentals. They are not necessarily related to DSA. Just try to build your core logic. When a person goes newly to the gym, first they need to build up the core, right? So similar to that, you need to make sure you do logic building and the programming fundamentals in the best way possible. This thing is very important. Okay, now we will go to the DSA OACP part. Like, this is the best roadmap in the country for DSA plus OA plus CP. So I would like that you screenshot it and just save it. Screenshot it and save it. Okay. No one is going to give you such a great roadmap this year. I'm giving it to you. So just follow it. Okay. The next year also, I'll try to give even a better roadmap than this if some changes comes in the company's hiring patterns. But as per 2025 OA interview pattern, this is the best roadmap. Now, once a person is not beginner, now the students start doing some mistakes. See, there are only two category of students. Okay, like we can divide them in two ways, like tier 1 tier 2 college students, and then tier 3 tier 4 college students. In tier 1 tier 2 college students, good companies come to the college, and here the good companies don't come. And then there are again two category of students. The first category, these students, after their beginner level programming is good, now they just do influencer DSA sheets. Okay, you must be knowing them, right? They do influencer DSA sheets. They do 100 200 questions of in total of each topic there. Then they try to find same or similar question on lead code GFG, and they do the easy standard, easy medium and standard questions of the all the DSA topics there also. After 6 months to 1 year, they have this profile where they have solved 200 to 500 easy medium standard questions on lead code GFG. 80% of those questions are nothing but the questions of either the influencer DSA sheet or the POTD. Okay, this is the type 1 category. Type 1 category, you can just clear it in your mind that the type 1 category of the student is 200 to 500 LCGFG problems, which are easy, medium, standard in nature, or from influencer DSA sheets. There is no problem in doing this. At least it builds up your base and your understanding. If you are doing each question by understanding nicely, then there is no problem in doing influencer DSA sheets and the easy standard problems. The only problem is that the type 1 students stop there. They just stay in this zone forever, and then they fail the online assessments of the companies. Why? Because in online assessments, they are never going to ask you easy medium question first of all, nor it will be a standard DSA problem which you have seen before. They will always ask you hard, unseen, story based DSA problems. Okay, they will try to make up 5 10 pages of stories. Okay, on hacker rank or some platform, and then they will try to ask you questions on it, and that DSA question will be totally new. So how will you be able to tackle it? Now, who is able to tackle it? Type 2 type of students. Who are type 2 type of students? Type 1 category of student is clear in terms of DSA, right? Type 1 is clear. Now the type 2. is the student who is doing hard level DSA plus OA plus CP prep, and the person who is doing new OA CP questions on a daily basis. CP means competitive programming on CodeChef, Codeforces, LeetCode. They are giving the contest regularly. They are doing the recent company OA problems regularly. They are doing all the hard level extra variations and topics. Okay. Now these guys are trained to deal with hard questions and unseen questions of DSA. Ty- Type 1 is nothing but board level maths preparation, and type 2 is JEE mains and JEE advanced maths preparation. I hope you know the difference. The difference is that in the board exam, the same math question is going to come or very similar, which is there in the back of the textbook. Easy, medium, standard stuff. In JEE mains and JEE advanced, the maths question they are going to ask will be the one which you are looking at for the first time in most cases. So, what differentiates the type 2 and type 1? Only two factors. One is hard work and discipline. They are ready to go further ahead. And the second thing is that the type 2 students have a very deep understanding of DSA. They actually know the intuition and the logic development. Basically, type 2 people also know that why some particular algorithm is used at some particular place. What are the other multiple ways to solve this problem? They know the why and the how, nitty gritty of each problem. Okay. And the standard DSA guys, the type 1 guys, they have mostly just memorized the things, hoping that the same question might come in their OA interview. So that then the deep development of the inner logic and intuition is what keeps you in the type 2 category. So you should always be in the type 2 category. So you can pass the online assessments of the companies. Now, if you're a tier 1, tier 2 college student, you will have to give the OA in the college. So you cannot do any kind of cheating there. Now, if you're a tier 3, tier 4 college student, yes, cheating does happen in off campus. I agree. But still, there are many cases when company is not allowing the copy paste option, tab switching is not allowed. Okay. Different problem sets are given to different people having the OA at different times. These totally reduce the occurrence of cheating. Then most companies are using HackerRank platform, and their plagiarism detector is just top notch. Okay. So if many people having similar type of codes even after variable name changing, they are going to get caught. Okay. So many things like that are there. So in general, even if you are, let's say, a very lucky case is what? That 10,000 to 20,000 people are having some popular company OA on the same day and there is only one problem set. Yes, then you might try your luck using Telegram or AI, something like that, right? Even in AI, if you ask the question, obviously you'll not be able to ask on laptop because your laptop is completely logged while going giving the OA, right? You cannot go to any other tab. At max, you can just use a mobile, right? To do some illegal stuff. In the mobile, when you get the code, you have no idea if that code is fully correct, right? And you just copy paste that code and write the same thing. It can take half hour to copy, and then if it gives error, you are totally screwed, right? So this type of help is not totally dependable, specifically for the people who are not having good level DSA OACP skill. Telegram, you might try to copy code from there, but thousands of more people are also taking the same code, so you might fail there as well. Okay. Now, why a person who has a very good hard level DSA OACP skill, he is going to succeed? Why? First of all, he is not a noob. Okay. Because he is not a noob, whichever question he sees, he will know 50 to 80% what logic or what idea, what flow should be of the answer. Now, even he has a Telegram and AI with him. He can use them as supplements to know if the solution he's thinking is fully correct or not. Now he will be immediately be able to write the correct solution. Got the point? In most cases, he will be able to do it himself. But if he also wants a little bit external help from AI Telegram, he can use it 100 times better than the person who is in the type 1 category. Got it? The person who has deep knowledge of DSUECP, he also has AK-47, okay? And the person who is a beginner, he also has AK-47. So who is gonna win, baby? Just think about it. And like this case very rarely happens, by the way. These days companies are very smart. Okay, different timings of test for different people, different problem sets, no tab switching, no copy paste. So nothing, basically plagiarism detection, very high levels. So the thing is that Preparing for DSA or ACP for hard level on your own is the best way to go ahead. Okay. And finally, guys, comes the DSA for interview. Okay. So in interview, see, different kind of companies ask a different type of DSA problems. So when an interview is coming, now you should do company specific DSA prep. Okay. Company specific prep you should do. Which type of prep? Company specific. So basically, what I mean to say is that let's say the company packages from 5 LPA to 10 LPA. Then there are chances that you are a type 1 category student and you might get through. But if the company package on campus, off campus is greater than 10 LPA na, to 15 LPA, they will still ask you easy, medium, lead code, GFG problems, but they will put some follow ups. Okay. But if the company package is strictly greater than 15 LPA, then I have seen many students. Company initially ask you some standard questions of lead code GFG, then they ask such daunting hard follow-ups, which totally change the question, and that question is not available on the internet. Now you need to use your own brain again to solve it in the interview. Most of the interviews are happening face to face, and in online interviews, the interviewers are very smart. You cannot, if you look down for lots of time, they will know what you're trying to look at. So for greater than 15 LP interviews now, either they are put making up some big stories and pasting on the editor and they're asking you to solve it. Or they are giving you some coding question first to make you happy and then they ask some hard follow-ups. Specifically happening a lot in Amazon, Google, Microsoft. So, a good hard level proper DSA prep structurized plan is needed for your case. This is the best roadmap for DSA of interview prep as well as OA prep. Now, I have not covered everything in detail in this. Okay, either I will attach all the links and resources to study or I will make a detailed video later on. For example, you should master your DSA linkages also. Like, what are DSA linkages? Okay, so if I talk about DSA linkages, okay, many people don't even know that two pointer and greedy algorithms have a very, very deep connection. Okay. If you understand this deep connection, it means yes, you are actually understanding DSA. You are a type 2 category person. If you understand why two pointer and greedy are basically the same thing, then other linkages, hashing, prefix, suffix concepts problems have a very deep linkage with dynamic programming problems. If you understand it, you are in a tier 2 category person. Okay. Like not tier 2 type 2 category person, not the type 1. So always try to become the type 2 category person, okay, who is doing much more rather than just standard stuff. So these things helped me also a lot, okay, actually in my journey. Now the next thing is CS fundamental. See, if the company is let's say 5 LPA to 10 LPA, you just go and memorize the standard 100 interview question answers, okay, of OOPS, DBMS, SQL, OS, CN, and you will pass the CS fundamental questions they are asking in the interview. If the package is little higher, they can ask you deep cross questions. Okay, many things like multi-threading and stuff. So in CS fundamentals, first you should do basic level prep. And if you think, depending on the company, if the company asks DBMS more, or let's say some networking companies like Cisco asks computer networks more, so you should do some extra study for them. So CS fundamentals, the core basics should be strong, and then you should do company-wise preparation. I hope this thing is also getting clear to most of you. I know it is very boring part CS fundamentals. You need to memorize so much, right? It feels less logical and more memorizing, but still you can try to make up some patterns and try to memorize nicely in such a way that it feels like you're understanding it. Okay. CS fundamentals can also be made easy. And people who are doing gate prep, that CS fundamental is nothing. The interview level CS fundamentals is nothing for them. They can do them easily. But for the engineering college students only preparing for placements, yeah, you should keep revising CS fundamentals for 1 hour daily if the placements are close, 1 to 2 hour daily. And if the placements are not that close, then at least Saturday, Sunday, 1 to 3 hours you need to do CS fundamentals. You cannot skip it. Dev projects and system design. See, this is again a very, very big category. Okay. First of all, your GitHub should look very, very good. Nice. Awesome. You should have done some open source contribution. Very high quality full stack development project should be there, either in MERN stack or Java Spring Boot microservices in your resume. These things are very, very important. Mm, Apart from putting the GitHub link of the project, you should also put the live link. Okay, that increases the authority. Now, the students generally fail when the interviewer asks them to explain the project. So, guys, you need to have a very deep, deep knowledge about your project. Even if it was a team project, you need to know all the components and their explanation in great detail. The other person can ask you any kind of cross question. It is like a DFS, depth first search. Okay. Let's say you made the project in JavaScript. Now he can start asking you any kind of questions of JavaScript. Okay. Then you answer something, then he can ask you more questions on that thing. So, whatever you have put in the resume, and whatever are your projects, first of all there should be high quality projects, but then you need to prepare all the technology interview question answers of that projects. If it's a low paying company, they will just ask you simple questions on your projects, but if it's a high paying company, you better be prepared with all the technical interview question answers of all the technologies used in your projects. Clear? Now, why did I write system design? So basically system design is not asked. Okay, unless the company is a top product based startup like Zomato, Crad, Swiggy, and some other like MNC companies like Uber, Atlassian. These companies, if you are a tier 1, tier 2 college student giving it on campus, it happens the most in those cases, or off campus, they will ask you LLD, HLD machine coding. But the good thing is that they will not ask you those things in depth. They will ask you easy, medium, surface level problems like what do you think about the system, how will you design Google Maps, and things like that. So at least try to gain a surface level knowledge these days. Okay, even if you're not preparing for high paying companies, or currently you know that you're not getting a high paying company interview, you're not having a high paying, you will obviously get a high paying company interview. You are my student, right? Doesn't matter you're Kumar ke personal student or YouTube community student. If you have watched all my videos and all my content and you're following everything properly, you will get a high paying company interview. I pray to God for you. Okay, so if the high paying company interview is not close, just try to get upper level knowledge in LLD, HLD machine coding. Okay. Some companies can ask you front end specific stuff also. Like if you're, let's say, going for the front end dev intern or front end dev role at Swiggy or Cred, they will ask you, machine coding in JavaScript, React. So you have to go deep inside those things depending on which interviews are coming up. And before the interviews, you need to have the basic knowledge of everything. Before, okay. And when there are only few days left, then you can just do deep dive in the topics you need to deep dive. And if you know the type of companies and your goals from the start, then you can be deep diving in them from the start. Okay. I will make a very detailed video and attach the links and resources okay, for this also. Now, LinkedIn resume, guys, this is the most important thing. Like in my course and training also, we give a personalized LinkedIn resume training, and we keep on reviewing the LinkedIn resume of students again and again for 8 months till the program is going on. Why? Well, because the thing is that if your LinkedIn is not good, you will not get off campus internships and jobs. If your resume is not good, the recruiters will not shortlist you. Your LinkedIn needs to have very high amount of connections and followers. You should be making regular posts. People do not do the LinkedIn stuff nicely. You need to work on LinkedIn improvement. Okay. I will attach if I, have some resource for you, or I'll make a detailed video on it. Resume, oh my goodness, don't even like when I read resume, I just remember I daily go through multiple resumes of students. Okay, they are really so bad. Don't mention things like hobbies and personal skills. Just mention good projects, good internships, DSA skills and dev skills, and your college and the CGP and all that. Okay, LinkedIn resume. Either you get some LinkedIn resume training from somewhere, or get your LinkedIn resume reviewed again and again by the top product based company employees. You need to make sure your LinkedIn resume is in the best shape. If LinkedIn resume is not in the best shape, you are missing out on 80 to 90% of the job opportunities and the internship opportunities. Okay. The next thing which I would like to talk about is off campus job search training. So, see, this term might be totally new for you. But if I talk about my program, in our program, every Saturday, Sunday, we teach the student where to apply, how much to apply, you know, where to do the cold emailing, cold messaging on Twitter and wellfound.com and different like job websites like wellfound.com, instahire.com, indeed.com, linkedin.com, nokia.com. How to directly do the cold messaging to recruiter to immediately get the interview even without referral. Ho- Obviously, if you're my student, you can get job referrals from the program also. But how to get outside referrals? How to build up such a strong network such that you are always getting referrals and some insider tricks. Okay, always try to make two resumes. Okay, R1, R2. One resume having one email ID, one phone number, another resume having another email ID, another phone number. With R1 you can directly apply, with R2 you can try for referrals. Okay, like these things should be clear to you. So even the company's database does not know that you're trying in both the ways. Okay, so guys, off campus job search training, you need to be very active on all the job websites in all the job groups. Your LinkedIn should be so strong that LinkedIn also shows you relevant LinkedIn posts of job hiring and things like that. You should be applying at 100 to 200 places, and you should be trying for 10 to 15 referrals daily, or as many as you can. You should be doing cold messaging and cold emailing daily. You should be trying for all types of jobs: service based companies, mid sized startups, product based companies. So many things are there. Be very hyper vigilant. Off campus job search training is one of the best way, and job referrals, which we provide in our program as well. But in general, also, you should do these things. Last thing, which is the most important, which gets ignored the most, is communication skills and the mock interviews. Obviously, please have faith in God plus good health plus good mindset. But please have faith in God plus good health plus good mindset. If you have this, you don't need anything else, okay? I really mean it. Communication skills, the soft skills. So, guys, yeah, I have seen that like 20% of the students I deal with, I see that they are not speaking loudly and confidently in the interview. They are stuttering while speaking sometimes. They're speaking with sadness, depression, low voice. Then the interview does not get impressed. समझो ना, जो आगे वाला भी बंदा है वो ऑलरेडी अपना लाइफ पूरा दिन काम कर चुका है, अब वो आपका इंटरव्यू ले रहा है और आप एकदम धीमी धीमी आवाज में अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट होके दुखी होके बातें कर रहे हो उससे, उसका दिमाग खराब हो जाएगा, आपको रिजेक्ट कर देगा. So, see, communication skills are very important. Many students even fail in the last round, the HR and managerial round. When they ask them personal questions like, why do you want to join the company? What is the vision of the company? Who is the CEO of the company? What is the recent product about which we are working in the company? How does your vision aligns with our vision of the company? You need to do HR plus managerial round prep properly, and you need to know how to give your introduction in a flawless manner, how to explain your internship and projects in a flawless manner, how to keep communicating properly in a DSA coding interview all the time. The coding interview etiquette many people don't have. I have a good resource for it. I remember I made a Desi Q&A post on it. I'll attach its link in the description. Guys, you need to master the communication skills. Either you can get one-to-one mentoring from someone to master the communication skills of technical interview, mainly like from the people who are working as SD at the top product-based companies. Apart from that, then start giving mock interviews. You need to give interviews so you know what are your shortcomings and problems. Obviously, try to give interviews to the people who are at the level where you want to reach. Okay, please have faith in God plus good health plus good mindset. Please have faith in God plus good health plus good mindset. Please have faith in God plus good health plus good mindset. So, if you follow all these things nicely, okay, and God is with you, and you have the iron mindset, nothing in this world can stop you. Let's close this video. If you got lots of value from this video, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe as much as possible. Follow it, and when you get a good placement, let me know in the comments. All the best. Ram Ram.